Happy Tuesday, guys. Today we're going to see a pretty cool connection from the Old Testament to the New. We're going to be in John chapter 3, but let's remind ourselves of what we talked about on Sunday. We were in Numbers chapter 21, and we read about another situation where the Israelites complain against God. And what does God do to them? He sends snakes to come and bite them. Now, I'm going to use that. If you complain against me, I'm going to send a snake after you. No, not really. But, and after they get bit, again, we see this cycle of people saying, oh, it would be better to be back in Egypt. And Moses comes and intercedes on their behalf and begs for mercy and healing. And the way that God does this is he has Moses put a bronze serpent up on a pole. And when the people who were bitten looked at it, they were healed. Now, this may seem odd, but this has a really cool connection that we're going to get to. God was asking Moses to do this in faith and them to do this in faith. And that serpent was a reminder of their sin and their disobedience. And so let's look at John chapter 3 and let's just see how this connection is made. So the precursor to this is Jesus is talking to Nicodemus, and Nicodemus is asking Jesus, how can someone be born again? And we pick up in verse 14 where Jesus says this, just as Moses lifted up the snake in the wilderness, so the Son of Man must be lifted up, so that everyone who believes in him may have eternal life. For God loved the world in this way. He gave his one and only Son, so that everyone who believes in him will not perish, but have eternal life. And so you see Jesus making a direct connection to what we just read about on Sunday with Moses in the wilderness and the Israelites. And the connection is, just as the snake is lifted up and healing was given to those people through the snake, Jesus came to the earth and he died on a cross. And he was lifted up to give healing to all. The cross is the reminder to us of Jesus' sacrifice, right? Just as the snake on the pole was a reminder of the Israelites' healing in that time. We're healed when we look to him and confess Jesus as Lord. He removes the sting of death, that is a spiritual death, separation from God, from our lives, just like looking at the bronze serpent removed the effects of the venom from the snakes that had bit those people. And so I just want to remind you today, as it's a very well-known verse, John 3:16, God loved the world so much that he sent his only Son so that you have a chance not to die and be separated from God for all of eternity, but to be redeemed and have life, and life to the fullest forever.